Shadow the new Praetorian.
Well, let's explore today, if we can, a tale of two narratives. There's a battle going on right now for your right to be an American, your right to say whatever it is that you want to say, regardless of how offensive it is, your right to protect yourself, to keep and bear arms, and for that right not to be infringed. Your right to feel safe and secure in your person, property, effects, and papers. These things are gone. I see these, I don't want to use a bunch of pejoratives, I see these politicians, and they say how they want to stand up for constitutional rights, how they want to stand up for your constitutional rights, and they don't give a crap. They do not care about your Second Amendment. They want red flag laws, and they want, I mean, it goes on and on and on. So right now I want to focus in on this, a tale of two narratives. What one do you think is going to get put out there in public for us to consume? Do you believe that it's going to be the truth? That somewhere between 300,000 and 2 million violent crimes are stopped by the would-be victim wielding a firearm? A lot of these cases, the would-be victim is a female. And would you take away the right of a woman to be equal, for that great equalizer to come into play? Well, I hope that this illustrates it. I'm going to play a little bit from two different news sources here, and let's see the way they spin this. This is right here on the screen. This is from CBS 11 and 21, and this is out of Texas.
From the first gunshot to the last, it took only a matter of 6 seconds. When there was over 2 people killed, a gunman opens fire in a North Texas church during Sunday communion. Armed church members inside that sanctuary immediately confronting that shooter after the West Freeway Church of Christ in White Settlement earlier this morning. We are about to show you what happened inside. Folks, some of the sounds and images may be discomforting. Those split-second reactions from those members likely saved other lives as well.
Not discomforting. I'm just going to break in here very quickly. It's not discomforting to me to hear sounds of Americans defending other Americans from some crazed shooter that came into their church service on Sunday. I don't believe it was communion. It's pretty Catholic, and yes, Protestants have communion, but not every Sabbath or every Sunday whenever they go to church. So here we go. You'll notice the terms being used by this news outlet is members of the church. Members of the church did this. Don't forget it.
Christ were rolling when a man in the upper portion of the screen pulls a weapon and fires. Those shots killed 2. At least 2 armed security church members pulled their weapons, one of them shooting and killing that gunman.
I'm sorry, they even did it here. They call them security. These were members of the church. They can call them security all they want. They're going to want to do that because they don't want you to believe that someone sitting next to you in the pew is capable of pulling their Glock, Sig Sauer, M&P, whatever it is they may be carrying, and end an assassin's life, a cowardly, back-shooting, come-to-church assassin. If there was ever a reason to end someone's life, there you have it, folks. So I was wrong. I guess I just didn't listen carefully enough or long enough to this. But if you heard him, he called them security. They're not just members of the church. They're security. They were members of the church.
I heard the first shot go off, and I wasn't sure what. I smelled the cordite.
John Richardson and his wife Diana were 2 of the 200 plus attending the White Settlement Church service. Minister Britt Farmer was presiding.
We lost 2 great men today. But it could have been a lot worse.
Yes,
Authorities indicate
amen.
the unidentified shooter had a shotgun and entered the church alone. He apparently has ties to the white settlement area.
The shooter was in the area today, clearly has been in the area. From what we can gather in the investigation, he's relatively transient but has roots to this area.
Enough about the shooter. We really don't care. Now, this coverage is much more aggressive as far as painting it as there was some kind of special security in this church, when it wasn't. They may have had to designate them security so that they could legally carry their firearm in a church. I really don't know. But I'm sure, I'm almost positive that's the way it is, that these people are not any kind of special security except in name only. So there we go. This is out of WFAA, out of Texas also.
The pastor and law enforcement there, they are praising this church's security team.
And for good reason. I mean, Marie, we all imagine what we might do in a situation like this, but you never really know. Not until you're in it. Not until that first shot is fired. I mean, we could be standing here talking about 10 people dead, 20, more. So thank God for their quick thinking. And with that in mind, here's what we know right now. 3 people have died, the shooter and 2 members of the church, and at this point, police haven't identified any of them. As a lot of places do these days, West Freeway Church was live streaming their service, so everything that happened went out online.
That's right, we saw
We're going
it.
to show you some of that video tonight, but not all of it. It's just too graphic, especially with the victims.
Now, I'm going to cut the censorship off now. I'm just going to go to my end commentary. It doesn't matter what happens in this crazy world. The spin is going to take place. The powers that be don't want you to believe that you could be the instrument that stops a mass shooting, that you could be the hero, I guess is what you would call it, but to me it would be, you would be an American. You would be there to stop evil. That's the whole point behind the Second Amendment. It's not to go hunting. It's not to go target practicing and plinking. It's to shoot the British. It's to shoot the Canadians. It's to shoot fellow Americans that have trampled on your rights and are now trying to hurt your family and your person. That's what our Second Amendment is for. I don't care about what the Brits think. I don't care about what the Frogs or the Aussies. I don't care about what anyone else thinks. They can have it. They can have their London Bridge attacks. They can have their attacks at Christmas in France. They can have their Christchurch shootings down under. They can have it. Here, we're starting to see a different trend. A shooting was just stopped last month in a Walmart parking lot. These things are starting to be somewhat publicized. No, folks, we need to focus on the answer to this problem. The answer to this problem is not disarming citizens. The answer to the problem of people, in the most cowardly of ways, going into a church and starting to shoot unarmed parishioners like fish in a barrel, is to have some sheepdogs. So I encourage you, if you don't already, go out and buy a firearm today. I'm not going to tell you anything more. I mean, some people will be like, registered and this and that, whatever. I hope you follow your laws. No, I don't. When a law becomes tyrannical, resistance becomes duty. You should never support or never abide by something that's unlawful and wrapped in the guise of law. I could go on and on about this because I want nothing more than to see you in that place where the sun never sets and the heroes feast forever. But B, for you on this earth, on this terrestrial plane, to be free and independent, to be able, capable, and willing to protect yourself and your family with your Second Amendment right to bear arms, to be able and willing to speak what you believe is truth and exercise your First Amendment right by worshiping the God of your choice. I fully support your Fourth Amendment right to be safe and secure in your person, property, effects, and papers, your Fifth Amendment right to not incriminate yourself. Study your rights. Learn what they are and stand for them, though the heavens fall. And remember this, be good to your friends, be good to your family members, be good to your loved ones. Be quick to say you're sorry. Be even quicker to accept an apology, especially when that thing your friend, family member, loved one has done seems to be so huge you'll never be able to forget about it. Because, constant viewers, at a time you think not, your friends, your family members, your loved ones, your life, and your freedom to defend yourself will depart from you. God bless America.